been to the beach over the past several days or so, you probably saw some gorgeous sunrises and sunsets, and that was partly due to that Saharan dust Lisa was just talking about. So if we switch over to this, you could see that dust layer that was deemed the Godzilla dust plume has since kind of lightened up there, but we do have a second wave on the way later on this weekend and early in your work week, though it won't be as strong as the first one. But between that and the connection with red tide, we're keeping our eye on all of those daily tests that are released by FWC. As for us today, nothing to worry about rain-wise at the moment. Doppler radar looking nice and clear. The heat and humidity continue to be the big weather stories. Already 85 in Punta Gorda, 82 in Bonita, and 83 over in Naples. And just like the past several days, our heat indices have the potential to rise to the triple digits today. That's due to all of that humidity out there. So make sure you're taking plenty of breaks in the shade and also drinking plenty of water. Things should lighten up a little bit as we get closer to Thursday, but it is just hot and humid out there. And that's partly due to an area of high pressure that we have out in the Gulf. We also have an area of low pressure that's kind of going to shift a lot of the moisture in our atmosphere. So that means we kind of have a pocket of this air where there's a lack of moisture, which means we're going to see more of those isolated storms inland, and we could really use some rain. But as for us today, not going to see too much of it. And our predictor really does reflect that. Through the lunch hour, we're going to have a mix of sun and clouds. And then by the afternoon, along the I-75 corridor, you're going to have those isolated storms form. That westerly flow going to push them inland and closer to the east coast. Things quiet down, partly cloudy overnight. And then we do it all over again on Thursday. So a mix of sun and clouds, isolated storms pushing inland, and then quieting down again for your Friday. That weather pattern really does stick with us, well, until about the 4th of July. So really our northern counties, northern Lee County, Charlotte County, DeSoto, you have a chance for an isolated storm in the late afternoon, early evening. But the rest of us going to be dealing with plenty of sunshine for the 4th of July. If you need to cool off, not a bad day to get out on the boat. Your Ingman Marine boating forecast shows that wind coming out of the west-southwest anywhere between 5 and 10 knots. A light chop on the inland water. Quick check of the tropics. Things are nice and quiet in the Atlantic, Caribbean, and also over in the Gulf. Hot week overall. You can see that in the extended forecast today. Going to see a high close to 93 degrees. Those low overnight lows, I should say, continue to be warm in the mid to upper 70s. Our highs continue to be in the low 90s. A mix of sun and clouds, isolated storms through the rest of your work week.